Hey everyone, it's July 1st, 2023, and things went from great to even better. I'm going to walk you through that right now. So like I said, when you get to the website flipping club, we are going to let you choose one of the websites off Website Installer, right? So we're going to give you training over how to go and get the right kind of a domain name and then be able to attach a template to it and how to quickly start repopulating what was there last, so you can immediately start picking up on the strength of the backlinks and everything else that came before, and then start adding all your new pages that you really care about, and you're going to be able to do it efficiently. So over the next 10 days or so, we're going to catch up all these templates. We'll let people know what inventory is live. We might even create a new category here just to say max page speed, right? So you know it's available. Now, that'll have a price. You can get it by itself, but what you really want to do is get the combo of the website flipping club, which will include that. That means we're going to do a project for you, but then you can take our training and do a project for yourself where you keep all the earnings of it, and like a race. So it's two income streams side by side, one using our expertise, abilities, ongoing development, where we get half of the gains of that, which is our vested interest in caring. And then on your end, you get one you can play with and do what you want and see just how far you can go with it. Later, we can have some webinars and people can share little nuggets of wisdom and stuff if they want, because there is so much room to do things this way and make a lot of money. So having said that, without further ado, let me walk through these tabs I have open, just make a point in order. I want to go in order. So you're going to be able to get expired domains, add the templates in, and then we can start. So how do you get a website like this where you just start driving traffic up from nothing, right? You got the domain that's been like this, and you follow our steps and start pushing it up, which is what we're going to be doing too in the website flipping club for you. It's just you can also have a domain to do this with on your own if you want. So anyway, look at this, 45,000 visitors per month from nothing. They used to have none, and they grew meteorically. And the stuff that made that work is the stuff we've been going over in the latest videos for a while now, and we've been building our power to be able to handle it. Now, where you guys left off is where I was talking about we maxed out on page speed, right? And so we're catching up the inventory on that. I want to walk through it got better. So check this out. Let me see. When I go teaching you guys, I'm going to teach you how to come to a place exactly like this, how to filter for a term, see what's there, how to look at these things, look at some of these things, look at some of these things, and make some decent decisions on what you should or shouldn't get and why. And then you can look into them and see what you can get. Look at that. This is on sale for 15 bucks. It might have some value. I haven't looked at it in detail. 15 bucks might have some value. Why would you want to spend money on a domain instead of get a brand new one for like 10 or 12 bucks? This is why. If someone else already got the domain a long time ago and it's useful, you can use that name for your purposes. And they already did, and they sat on it, put a website on it, made some things happen, went out and got some backlinks, pointed them at the front page, pointed some backlinks at the inner pages. They put their own elbow grease into those websites for you and got them out of the sandbox. It takes about a year to do that. So if you're paying for a website that's already out of the sandbox, it's about 12 months ahead of its time. And if it has good scores and some backlinks, you can connect into that rapidly to recreate, to rethread those broken links. And all of a sudden, Google goes, oh, your website's back. So you're out of the sandbox and you're way ahead. Somebody did an apples to apples test. He had two projects and he created it and he recreated it. Slightly different images, but otherwise same template, same image idea, same concept, same keywords he went after, but he wrote separately for each one, right? So we did a neck and neck apples and apples job. One, he did it on a brand new domain that he just created and bought, right? Never existed before. The other one was an expired domain with good scores, okay? It was like 8 years old. It had been in use for like 6 of those 8 years. It had some backlinks out there. And then he created two apples to apples projects. Well, the one that was on the expired domain started taking off in 30 days. It moved real quick. The other one sat for a year and then started very slowly to climb. And that's when we realized never buy a brand new domain unless you have to. Like you're doing it for your exact business, but that's not the one you're going to make money on. You're going to make money, you're going to get your traffic through the other domains that are already expired or auctioned. In other words, are pre-owned domains that people did good things with, and you just picked the ball up from them and said, thank you very much. Here's some money for all the work you did and everything you did with the thing. I'm very happy to take it off your hands now. I know what I want to do with it next. So thank you very much, and on you go, right? Totally worth it. Okay, so anyway, with that, armed with that kind of training, you can buy domains that are a year ahead of their time for you, a year ahead of your time. You'll save a year getting to the cash flow if you do it this way. All right. Now, when you do it, you find domains like, oh, this one, the skinniest thing that we got started, okay, had a domain rating of 13. You know what? That's like the Oxbow Tavern when it took off. It had a domain rating of 11 when we found, well, when I saw it, when the guy picked it up fresh. Anyway, backlinks out of linking websites. This is 100 websites. Half and half do follow, no follow. Backlinks, it's like 600, no spam score on that. This is so cool, and it's through deeper level pages, not just the main page. Man, that's so awesome. So, was this worth the $60 I paid for it? Yeah, because I would easily pay $60 to get all that work done on that domain. And someone already did it. Okay? Cost me $60 to take it off their hands and continue on with it. And there's nothing the matter with the domain. It's a year ahead. It's out of the sandbox. Heck yeah. I am not at all regretting that decision. Okay, so step one. I went back to the Wayback Machine. Step two is you go to the Wayback Machine, right? Archive.org, and you look up the website, and you look for the screenshots of what they had on the website back in the day when archive.org took some pictures of their website, okay? And see all these black marks? Those are screenshots taken since back then, 2015 to now. 8-year-old website, mainly in play almost all of the years. Just 2021 wasn't. So it's been in play the majority of the time. Really useful. I can deal with that. Okay, this is what it looked like. This is one of the pages that got snapshotted in archive.org. It's like, okay, great. This has given me lists of all these pages and it saved many of them. And we just said, now we know what the heck we're supposed to put on the website, to pick it back up. So we did. Rebuild it. So we grabbed one of our own templates, and we haven't maximized the scores on it yet, okay? Because we weren't doing that back then. But we're gonna. So we got ours and recreated so many things that they had on there from before. And guess what? That started to reconnect some of those backlinks. Now, there's a difference. They had a lot of folder/subfolder combinations for things like a folder called fertilizers, another one called soil, another one called garden. And we don't have that. We just have the domain/the pages. So the URLs are different, right? Except we kept the page URLs the same. So all we have to do now is in our htaccess file, for those of you who understand, we have rewrite URL rules that rewrite all the cases of /soil/ with just a slash. Rewrite /garden/ with just a slash. So we're going to 301 redirect all those links and therefore still pick up on all the power. So we're doing that in chunks, but this is freaking cool, right? We already did some of it. That would be enough to count. We could keep going forward with that, but may as well do some more because it's not really hard. So anyway, now what? All right, these pages, they're good, right? And we're like, okay, we know how to write this stuff now. We literally know how to write in such a way with our queries, and this is what we give you for your bonus, is that we can create the introduction, opening, outline, compare A with B, compare A with C, compare B with C, pros and cons, FAQs, case studies, summary, conclusion. We can do all of that. We can do more. Testimonials, all inside our queries. And so we're making these long form pages at a fraction of the cost of content at scale. Content at scale will charge you about a little less than half a penny per word. So if you're going to do a full-size page, you're going to pay about $11 for the one page. Well, if you want 300 pages, you're going to have to pay $3,300 to them to write those pages. Man, save the money. Use our queries instead. They write basically the same level of pages anyway. Then they're going to come back and go, yeah, but you probably can't pass a likely to be human check, right? Can you? Yeah, we can. This is our writing, and we do pass the check. And it's all built in. So a lot of what they're charging for is just if you're not savvy enough to know how to do it on your own, you're going to wind up paying them. I'll give you another one. This is the kind of thing where you also have to go through them to dial it in. Yeah, this is useful. We like doing this for some pages, like the main pages where all the roads lead to Rome. Pages of the menu say. See if they are scoring well against the contenders that are ranking for the keywords. Okay? That way we can know that we're able to keep up with the Joneses on the front page for the keywords, right? That's important. We can do it. And tools like this make that easy to approach. Then what? Take the page speed up. Right now, Skeenius is here on desktop. It's very average. And then on mobile, really average. It will be hot very soon. Just like all the templates that we're going to do for the website funding club from now on. Or website flipping club from now on. So when you get in, we do projects for you. All of the templates will be at the top of their game. All the scores will immediately be at the top of their game as we do the work. It's just the same way. It's either we choose this or you buy this and give it to us. You say, oh, I already went through the training. I know how to choose these things right. I know how to check for spam issues and they're good. They've got good scores. You've got a good balance between trust flow and citation flow. The numbers are within 80% of each other. They've got good like Ahref, domain rating, that kind of thing. So I picked well. Use this domain for my project. Oh, no problem. Okay. If you want to do that, fine. If you want us to do it, then when you order, just put choose for me. We'll go through and do this ourselves. Don't worry. So it's up to you how you want to go about it, right? And we'll pick well. And then what are we going to do? Once we pick what's good, we're going to go to the Wayback Machine and we're going to dig up the pages that I had and we're going to recreate it using one of our templates that is maximized for everything, page speed and all, right? Then as we write pages out or overwrite pages or append to pages, we're going to make sure that they beat the human versus AI check just for the bragging rights. It's not even necessary, but for the bragging rights. And we're going to make sure also that they are scoring nicely on the front page for what they should be, so that the most important pages are really just absolutely pulling up on their own. And then we're going to create the individual pages, of course, with the lower keyword difficulties that are easy to just grab by writing well-organized content anyway for them. Now what? We're going to shove up the page speed to max, right? So here's an example. This is a website that we've been working on, just getting its scores up to max. And if you look at GT metrics, their structure and performance is off the charts high. This is as good as you get, okay? Numbers like this are insane. Everything in the green. Everything in the green. It's incredible just how good this is. Then if you go to Google Page Speed Insights and say, hey, what about this website? Desktop, look at this, 98, 100, 100, 100. Mobile, 100, 100, 100, 100. Isn't that insane? Absolutely crazy, right? These are the way we're going to have these websites. They're going to outcompete everything and everyone. Then what? The Nitro Pack. Talk about saving money. Not only did you save a ton of money for the content, our costs are like 1% to you. So when you would have spent like $3,300 to them, you through us, you spend 33 for effectively the same thing. Okay? They throw a few bells and whistles in there that we may or may not. I could care less. It doesn't matter. I mean, there's not just their way of doing this. There's so many ways to do it, and ours is just as good. And then you look at this, Nitro Pack. And for the page speed that we are showing you, the page speed that we can get, you would normally have to spend $176 a month per website, right? So if we're doing it for you through website flipping club, and you're doing it for yourself, if we had to account for that, you would have to pay this on the one you got for yourself every month. You could prepay yearly, like if you put down $1,760 extra for the page speed, right? And then we would have to throw it into the price for the one we do for you in such a way that we account for it, right? That's insane, right? We save you this entire cost. When we do this for you, you don't pay that money because we already mastermind this into the coding of the websites, right? So this is totally negligible. You get to drop it. Everything that they do here, and they don't even guarantee the numbers as high as what we're producing, then you don't have to pay it. Do you realize how competitive you are when you don't have to pay for the content, $3,300 say, and you don't have to pay like $1,700 for the page speed? That's over $5,000 per site, but you don't have to pay to get that far, right? Man. Okay, Skenius. We started doing our work, and I started to get into something else I'm going to point out in a sec. I want to point out the effect first. All of a sudden, we're getting pages indexed, just whap like that, and the not indexed pages are dropping, the gray ones, okay? So I'm not through with this thing because we have more work to do. Like I said, the HTX, let's get rid of the folder layers. So it's not done yet. We got to work through it in layers, but it's a big deal, okay? 44 index pages, and so yeah, the number of pages that we're adding in there, and it had a bunch that were not indexed, and then we fixed that, you know. So we're moving in the right direction with this thing. And yeah, we're just getting this stuff done, and that'll fix all of this. We'll keep going. I want to show you more, though. Get a load of this. How do you know if you're moving in the right direction? Check this out. If I look at the average over 16 months, now remember, we've only really been working on this website for a month. Average over 16 months. The reason they sold it, they had 4,880 impressions. That's where the page appeared. And if you scroll down, you'll see the domain name is on that page. Okay. So whatever searches people are doing, they showed up in that page, but not high enough to get seen and clicked on. So they got a total of 5 clicks. Okay, which is an average click-through rate of 0.1%. You know, basically 1 in 1,000. Ouch. But you can see why. Their average position was here. So if it, you know, the front page is 1 to 10, then the second page is to 20, 11 to 20, then third is to 30, fourth is to 40, and then fifth is to 50, right? This is the 5th page on average. So yeah, I mean, the idea that they only got 5 clicks, you know, out of 5,000 impressions, yeah, I can see that. So has that improved? Okay, well, first let's make sure they didn't do anything amazing with it, all right? They tried harder. Look at that, 12 months instead of 16. So this is, you know, 4 months later. They're still at position 45 with an average click-through rate of 1 in 1,000. Okay. What about 6 months? I mean, how much endurance did they have to keep trying? Okay. They did a little better. Finally, they're up 0.6. It's 6 times better. 5 out of 876 impressions in 6 months, right? The average position is finally on the 4th page. 10, 20, 30, and then the 4th page. What about 3 months, you know? Apply. Fell back down again. This is about the time they kind of gave up. When they, and I mean, they were almost starting to get somewhere, man. But were they? Because now we're getting close to the here and now. What about the last 28 days? It's kind of like us, right? Our work. Okay? Resurrected it and started to push into it. Got 28 impressions, of which we got 4 clicks already. That's 14% click-through rate. More than 1 in 10. If there are 10 results on the front page and you think everything is apples to apples, or, you know, everything's apples to apples, everything's even, all other factors being the same, shouldn't we get clicked on 1 in 10? You know, for all the organic area clicks, right? If we said that, then we would be doing our job at 10%. We are way above and beyond our job at 14.3. And the reason why is we're above the middle point of the page anyway, average position being 3.9. We get seen far more often than we don't for those searches. So the pages, you know, just 12 impressions, you got 2 clicks already on this one. You know, for 23 impressions, we got a click on that one. So on and so forth. Get the idea? This is freaking cool, right? We're getting our websites ready at the highest level, and you guys are going to be able to do the same with your websites. How cool. Because all the stuff that I've been talking about that you guys get to save on means that you can afford it, right? It's just $1,500 per site. Not $5,500 per site or any crazy thing like that. Okay. So, and $1,500 covers your website flipping club website that we do for you, plus the bonus you get for yourself. So think of it as 2 at $750 each, which divided by 12 months, you know, just trying to get a sense of that. Each one doing its job, right? Divided by 12 and having that much power is only $62.50 per month. And when you think about the unlimited crazy power of these websites, the way they are right now, that, I mean, they are at the top of their game. And we are not done. Check this out. Thrown in also in that cost, no extra cost for this. We've already been starting to optimize some of the locksmith websites that we're working on. Okay. And just by doing that, and they all started off around like 13, 14% like this one here. But by doing that, we got them all the way up. And it's like, how do you know when you've done the right job on the website? Because there's so many hidden things that keep you from ranking. You run a site audit from a real company like Ahrefs, who takes in about 100 to 150 million a year in revenue from guys renting their services because their stuff is so good. Okay. Anyway, check that out. Once you know you're done, you're done. Now let me make a point about what does this mean, the 17%. Here's a guy, and you look and you think, oh wow, let's check out all the issues, because his health, look at his health, real bad, weak. Not going to index most of the pages of his website. He's got errors on 145 pages. Warnings and notices are not really important. There are always warnings and notices. But the errors, wow, we have to deal with that. The errors are the ones in red. Okay, these two are the errors. You know what I found out when I dug into them? It's one error over and over. In other words, 144 of his pages have one error. They were saying there's pages with broken JavaScript. And I'm looking at a page and I'm going over here and thinking that's not broken. 200 means it worked. But it goes, oh, click for all 21. Oh, one's 500. And it gave it, it's a script called custom.js.php. And I thought, oh, it's broken. Something's the matter with it. Well, what about the next page down or some other page down here? And I looked at another one. And it's the same one. And I thought, oh, wait a minute. And so I came up here and said links to broken JavaScript. Guess what? All the links are fine, but the JavaScript is broken and it's the same one all the way. So the only reason there's so many errors is this one file that we have to fix. As soon as we fix it, all those errors go away. As soon as the errors go away, we're pushing like 98, 99, 100%. So how serious are the errors in red? Anything in red means do not expect to rank on Google. Expect that Google won't even index the pages. And yet that issue is invisible to the eye. When I go look at the guy's web pages, I don't see anything wrong with them. Remember I told you there were some things we realized? Check the canonical URL. Aha. Check the sitemap page to make sure it has regular HTML, declaration of markup. In other words, it tells Google it's a web page, so these links are not orphaned, right? And then inside the pages, there cannot be any HTTP : It all must be converted to HTTPS colon. So, okay, fix. Hey, Google, we're done, right? No, there is a broken JavaScript file, and it's such a big deal. Google looks at that and goes, can't index those pages, man. Fix that. This JavaScript broken thing, the one, it's that file. It is that file. It's the custom.js.php file. And then it shows me all those links that link to it. So it's really just showing me from two different ways of seeing it the exact same stupid problem. Now there's other stuff that I can deal with that's in the yellow, which is a piece of cake. Meta description too long. Oh, that's simple. We got a tool in our remote control unit where we can just download all the meta descriptions, run them through a shrinker to shrink them, to within the certain number of words, and then re-upload, and they're fixed. I mean, that's simple. Meta description tag missing or empty, piece of cake. Let me download those, and I can run that and say activate the meta description on these pages, or fix meta description. It's called fix meta, and it'll go just simply create them. The meta description too short, title too long, title too short, and it's only 111 page. Big deal. But these in the red must fix. And I would never have known that if I wasn't using a site audit tool. So by using it, I can ensure that the pages are proper for the right job. How nuts. So then also, when we go creating projects for you, we're just going to go through in market. Like for landscaping, we do landscaping keywords that we can go after. They're within reach. If we do airsoft, we can go after that. If we do paintball, we can go after that. If we do horse trailer, we can go after that. As a matter of fact, you know how many industries there are? Take a look. Personal care and beauty, home, supplements, medical health and fitness information rather than supplements, kitchenware, health and fitness, medical and children, home, bed and bath, Beyond Avenue. Look at this. See that? These are all unique ways to go to find out how we fit in here. You see the power of that? Absolutely insane. Look, they've sold $5,761,000 worth of these websites in the past month. 70% sales success rate, right? Overall sales is approaching $500 million on this website. Do you know how much power there is in getting this thing right? Monthly multiple, 30 times. And how's it making money? Amazon FBA, right? And so on. Affiliate links, right? 27 times over the monthly, and so on and so on. That's how these things are priced for sale. Can we do that? Yeah. And somebody asks, what if you're not getting sales out of here for your, landscaping website or your airsoft websites? The answer is, go start talking to landscaping companies about, hey, I've got 83,000 visitors a month onto my pages that are coming there for landscaping ideas. How about you buy the website from us, and we'll help you incorporate your ads through those pages so that they don't disrupt the flow of what exists already. But you send us your ad criteria, it's going to be part of the sale. And we'll make sure to get your ads spread properly throughout those pages for you. Okay? That way you don't have to pay for those ads, but at the same time, everyone who lands on the pages and they're reading their own thing, they're going to see your ad right next to them. And it can be your patio furniture ads on pages that relate to that. It can be your, solar panel lighting ads on things that relate to that. It can be different kinds of plants and stuff and tools on those pages if you want. However you want to do it. And the reason is because you're tacking on that 83,000 people a month market who are all interested in landscaping. So it doesn't matter what you sell. Landscaping wallpaper to create a cool mural effect on the inside of the house, right? The inside of the room. See, I've got an ocean over here on my wall, that kind of thing. People put stuff up that looks like the out of doors. Rolling fields, maybe mountains in the distance. They love that kind of thing. And so there are so many things that a landscaping website would And I'm sorry, landscaping companies would want to buy a website like that. If we made 10, 20 websites like that, we can approach the same companies for each one, see how many they feel like taking on. How's that? Because it's different searches. It's if one guy clicked one while another guy clicked two, or the second result, another guy clicked the third result, another guy clicked the four, that's 4 guys. You only got 1/4 of them though, or one of them, if you only have one of the websites. But what if you bought all 4 of the websites? You get all those guys, you get to add all those clicks together for all those sites. Does that make sense? Wild amount of money that goes to the companies that have the endless stream of people in their niche coming to pages that are related to them. Crazy, right? And you can do that with your own website. You can play with it, see what you can do. Whether you do it for landscaping or airsoft or paintball, same thing. Anyone selling airsoft guns, I could offer them an airsoft website with a ton of airsoft traffic. You think they're not going to want it? Yeah, they're going to want it. Anyone selling paintball anything, they're going to want that. Anybody big in the industry who can afford the website for the right price based on how much traffic is coming in their market. That's SEO value. They're not even interested in how much we're earning by the month. What they're interested in is how much the traffic is worth, but certainly how much traffic there is pretty much the biggest thing. If this is 44,000 human beings a month who are interested in airsoft, 44,500 people in America who are searching, mainly, who are searching for airsoft stuff. They could be in the UK, airsoft's in the UK, but the point is they are going to want the website. They want the website. It makes sense. Okay, I think you get the idea. It doesn't matter where we go. Even a guy suggested a horse trailers. We looked it up. There's 305,000 searches a month for things like horse trailer bar. One of those bars that goes inside, I guess that you would wrap the rope around. There's 5,800 searches a month for that, and it has almost no keyword difficulty at all. Isn't that insane? Horse trailers for sale. 4,400 searches a month for that. 19. Horse trailer. It just goes on and on and on. Some of these words we may not use, others will definitely use. We can create content for as much as we want, give visitors to the pages looking at stuff. Even local stuff in a sense like that, horse trailers for sale. Our page doesn't have to be a listing of horse trailers for sale. It could be things you want to consider if you're going to buy a used horse trailer. But ads that appear could be localized ads of horse trailers for sale by companies that resell horse trailers or individuals who are advertising on AdWords. That stuff can show up on the AdSense streams in those pages near them because Google will pick according to the way the advertisers set it. If the advertiser's nationwide, fine, the ads can show nationwide. If the advertiser said only show the ads to people in this central Oklahoma, fine. Then anyone in central Oklahoma looking up horse trailers for sale clicks our link, Google's going to show the ads for that guy. Does that make sense? No harm, no foul. It's awesome stuff, and it's an endless world. So it's simple. Get an old domain, build up the original website, add a bunch more, get a bunch of people pouring in, sell it based on the value of how many people that is that we're up to now. And that's it. There will be buyers. And they might want to wait, but just talk to a few of them because now it's a bidding war. They don't want to wait because they're going to lose it. Who wants to go, well, it's at 44,000, but if I wait, it might get to 60,000? No, they're going to want to buy it on the way up for one thing. They want to hopefully buy it for less because it's 44 now, not 60. But we wait till it gets up and then levels. And once it levels, who will pay first? They get it. And so it becomes a race. They actually have to move quick. And this is solid money. This is turn virtual real estate into real estate kind of money. Okay? And this can move really fast and really hard if we do it right. 3-4 months per cycle. And if you wind up with 10 times the money back, you can come in 10 times stronger, 10 times as much power, as many sites, 10 times the traffic, and then sell that for 10 times the money, okay, in 3 to 4 months. And do it again. You know, so in a single year, you could get to 1,000 times the money you start with if you play your cards right. That's what we're aiming for. That's what all this work is for. How do you get in? Get in the Website Funding Club. One thing I did to make that work now is this. The professional services finally has that piece. So if you come, you'll see it, $1,500. Fasten your seatbelts. And yeah, your email. If you have a domain name that you want, like you went here or one of the other places where you can look this stuff up and you actually bid on one of these and you got it or you bought it because it was available and you're like, Dave, this one right here, okay? You can put that into the form. Otherwise, just put choose for me, okay? Choose for me, all right? And we'll do it. We'll go here and figure it out. So if you want us to use your industry, your idea, your domain, because you found a good domain in some industry, I don't care what. It could be about baby goods, baby tips. It could be about pets. It could be about anything. Sure, fine. Let's go with it. Okay? Just don't make it a law firm or a medical center. We are neither lawyers nor doctors. That kind of thing, right? Okay. But it could be general purpose anything, even for law and medical, as long as it's general purpose information or so on. And then here, add 1 to 5 of your own links. Okay, just put them 1 per line. Okay, that way we know that when we're creating your project, these are the things you want to be stuck in there for all time, for as long as no one rips the pages off that domain, which hopefully is years and years and years. So you want your links in there to keep selling for you for as long as humanly possible, even after the website got sold. Make sense? If you don't have that stuff now, put in later. Get a hold of me later and go, hey, Dave, can you thread these in? Because yes, of course I can thread them in. But you get it? Do it. Last thing I want to say, we built tools that take all the images and we can put in some rules for the wording and the tokens we want to use and hit go. And add the alt tags to all those images across thousands of pages on hundreds of sites. We also, I had somebody ask, what about for like affiliate links, you want to have the attributes on the URLs that say this URL is a sponsored link or UGC, user generated content, or no follow or follow. Yes, we did that too. So that even after all the links are all created and they're all throughout all the websites, we can decide in the one place for our remote control tool how to label these and how to weigh things like follow versus no follow and hit a button and auto produce all of the right answers onto all those links across thousands of pages on hundreds of websites. We are leaving nothing to chance, okay? I mean nothing. You make sure to get the right kind of domains. You make sure to put back content that they had there and reconnect some of their old backlinks to reinitiate that, restart that same engine. You make sure that it's human looking content, although you don't need to, but people think you do. You make sure that we can compete with the big boys on the front pages. You make sure to get the page speed up and the GT metric scores up to max so that there is no joke power backing you on your website so that Google loves it. And that way you can avoid all these costs altogether. They're not there. And then you make sure that this stuff is working out right, because even if the pages look good to you, doesn't mean that Google's treating them well yet. So you check with Google. This is Google. And you check here in Google to make sure you get this stuff right. And then separate from checking in Google, where we saw that we are doing the right thing. If I compare what these guys were like when they got going, or even where they were at, let's say a year ago, last 12 months, and they were having like a 0.1% click-through rate, but in the last month alone, we've got it up to a 14.3% click-through rate, average position of 3.9. We're doing something right. Okay, we'll just continue to fix the link structures, 301 redirects, reconnect more backlinks in the process, and we are just going to rise. We're going to keep adding more good contents and rise. Add those table of contents in there, throw images into the pages, all the stuff Google wants to see. And then Yeah, just making sure to do the site audits, right? Finish pushing it up. When I started with Ischemius in here, it was like 11%. I got up to 55% now. I'll finish getting it up to 100% very, very soon. Another handful of days, right? So we can do that. And then I'll just pound through here. Yeah, you know, like just literally pick the keyword stacks and start writing for them. I basically, by now, get to say, okay, I want these keywords minus whatever. And you know what? You can even do it like this. Watch this. Export selected, copy the keywords to a clipboard. Okay, I just want to show you how simple this stuff is, okay? Look at that. I got them right here now, okay? I can start removing everything I don't like, you know? And when I'm done, I'm going to control and stick it into my writer and just have my writer write all those pages in great detail. Introduction, opening, outline, and then compare A with B, A with C, B with C kind of thing. And pros and cons. And FAQs and case studies and testimonials and closing statements, maybe the testimonials after that, and then conclusion, you know? And literally just start pounding through those. And when those pages are done, hit interlink, create the linkage through all those so that many of those pages have more than one link leading to them on the site. They can have multiple links leading to them on the site, multiple pages. And then we can do our cross-linking through sets of sites. And we can run the table of contents through the sites. We can put the call to action in there if there is one. Even for an Amazon thing, like click here to get one of these things and it'll go to the Amazon link. We can have the welcome pop-up or the exit pop-up so that when they go to leave the page, it pops up the offer for the Amazon thing or whatever it is. Does that make sense? Or a direct offer to somebody's website for a benefit, okay? Absolutely crazy how much power we can add to this. And once they're all done and they're amazing, you know, these sites as we're making them, then we can put them up here for sale. And if they keep growing and nobody bought them yet, we're going to take it down at that price. We're going to change the price. We're going to raise the price, right? People are going to realize they're going to have to move quick and get it. And if no one's getting it from here, there are going to be people in the industry who want it because it's ridiculous not to want the manpower, the sales. If we ever went to a company, whether it's landscaping or airsoft, and they go, oh, I'm sorry, I know we're huge and we're nationwide and we do constant shipping and everything, but we don't want more traffic. I mean, I'm amazed because go look on anything like SpyFu and look up any one of these companies and they are paying gobs of money into AdWords to try to get more traffic. We can start right there to figure out who the biggest companies are. Just reach out and say, hey, I noticed you're paying on AdWords for a lot of traffic. How about I save you a lot of money? You get this website, which is compared to the amount you're paying for that traffic versus what our SEO traffic value is, you would be doing this. So do you want to buy the website? It costs this much over. You know, the monthly multiplier is the standard, but then we can help you maintain it. And we'll get your ads up in those pages and you'll have all this free traffic again. So you can drop your ads. Do you know how nice that is for basically any company under the sun, especially companies who are paying a lot of money in AdWords? That's nice. People who can get this are happy they did. All right. I think you get the idea now. It's pretty amazing. So get in. All I can say is go to website-installer.com, right? Website-installer.com. Hit professional services and just sign up and go for it. I think right now, when you fill this in, hit pay, it gives you a choice of Stripe, which is for credit cards, or PayPal, if you want to do PayPal. And it does give you a choice for PayPal credit, which you can try in case you can get it. If you never have, you can probably get the credit to pay for this thing through PayPal credit. Okay, so that's cool because their terms are great. And so that's another way you can go. All right. And by the way, if the PayPal options aren't working, let me know. I know that once in a while when we make changes, it kind of breaks those and we have to reconnect them. But the Stripe option for credit cards should be working fine. And I do know that most of you these days are happy to use a credit card instead of PayPal, anything. Okay, so just letting you know what the options are and what's available, and let me know if you have any issue. If you have an issue with PayPal, you can get a hold of me, tell me the PayPal email address, and I can send you a direct money request, and you'll get the same thing anyway. And if you're filling this out and you want your bonus and you do have a domain for your own thing, maybe you had one up here, you didn't, you said choose for me, or you put a domain in there for the WFC website, but then what about your own? Do you have a domain for that one? Put it in here along with your affiliate links, right? Just make it clear. This is a notes box. Just type what you want in here, okay? And just say, hey, this is my domain name for my website. You know, piece of cake. We'll know that, right? If it's up here, it's for the main project. If it's here with all this stuff, we just know that that's for your thing on your site, okay? But of course, we'll take your 5 links and we'll stick them in the main project. Don't you worry. And you'll probably want to put them in your project as well. I mean, who knows? All right. And then you can make your payment, get in line. Biggest thing is this. The guys who get in first get a benefit over the guys who come later. And then those guys get a benefit over the guys who follow them. Okay? And that's that we keep backlinking up the line through whoever bought first. So it's an ongoing benefit that keeps feeding the order of participants in their order. Think of it as a downline. Okay, it's literally who's where in the downline kind of thing. Well, when you're running backlinks up through it, that's powerful stuff. Okay. All right. Talk to you later.